they had the they had the stones to actually give us strong enough mobs to fight in the likes of Timeless Isle as soon as you went up. And I believe, if memory serves, even some of those Mists of Pandaria rares. Actually,
yes.
I remember a dev saying that those mop rares were super inspired by Dark Souls. I forget where.
Okay, that's a bit weird. But I remember leveling characters for the first time in Mists and not really knowing like mechanics super well at that point. I think was this a mage? I think, and I remember there's a Pandaren rare. I can't remember her name or his name, but they're in a little pagoda in it's Krasarang or north of that. I can't remember which one. I think it might be Tanlong, but they just have this like whirlwind kick that deletes you. And then there's also there's Pandaren in the cave, I think, in the Veil. And there's just a couple of these that I remember because I remember going into this like cave or cavern or spotting them out in the world going, yeah, I can take that, and then being tremendously proven wrong. And mostly because I haven't like stopped a cast or I haven't moved away. And it's just like, oh yeah, you just got obliterated. You're like, you know what? Yeah, that's so much more memorable than anything I've killed in Shadowlands so far.
Yeah, I basically agree with that, and it's just that thing, have the stones to actually do that and try to do that as much as is possible. I never felt like my Covenant campaign was a bit of fun, engaging content for me to do, because it wasn't. It was lore events that I had to go through completely mind-numbing stuff to get, but it absolutely could have been like almost any other video game where, you get your big cool lore events and stuff like that, but after a tough won battle, hard-fought battle, where you kind of feel like, damn, that was a hard-fought battle, I'm pretty hyped that I did that. And one of the best, not best examples, but a really good example was a few days ago, Matt, you were explaining to me, or you're reminiscing. Actually, no, you weren't. You were playing Classic like a few days ago or something.
Yes, yeah.
You're level 19. You're level 19 Druid.
Yes. So it was in the going from the Crossroads down to Northwatch Hold or Northwatch Keep. I think it's called Hold. As a level 19 Druid, sort of vaguely spec'd into Feral. So I have Bear Form and Maul, and that's how I need to fight because I have basically nothing else. I run out of mana too quickly, and then, just making my way into Northwatch Hold, every mob was dangerous. Like, I could have auto-attacked one to death, but as soon as two came in, I had to actually either make sure I was rejuvenating myself and moonfiring them both, and fairy firing them for the extra, auto damage, or I would be killed. And because there were mobs that were patrolling, and there were, two mobs beside each other, another patrolling, if I timed the pull wrong, I had to leg it, or I was dead, or I had to hope for lucky dodges and stuff. But it was that wasn't gameplay for me hitting all my keys really fast and using all my abilities at the right time and getting a clutch tab target interrupt off. It was just, I need to plan how I'm engaging with this small group of enemies. I have to do this 10 or 11 times to get in, kill the quest objectives, and then get back out. And I think that's what people like more about that style of gameplay, where it wasn't what buttons you press, it was how you approach the situation.
Yeah, it actually required you to basically look at the game world, to look at your surroundings and think about them.
Instead of the UI.
Instead of your UI, yeah.
Make players think about where they're standing and make what they're doing feel a little bit oppressive and difficult, and have them plan for it.
Yes, the sort of, in Classic, you've got the inevitability of white damage.
Yeah.
Right, the enemy's auto attacks. You kind of know that's coming. You're always playing around that. And then if an enemy just has one or two simple abilities and you are a little bit more pressured, yeah, you're shitting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But, we're kind of like crazy Power Rangers now. So that doesn't happen as much because also it's the case that, a Mythic Plus dungeon with a Classic character, you'd run into severe issues.